Before I begin with the multiplayer part of this whole thing, as well as the first boss battle, what about the last level from the last part? The N64 version of that. Is there anything different with that? Well, there is the water part. For some reason, when it comes to the water, there is a little water fountain thing that's going on, the bear's mouth. Weird texturing going on with that little smoke there. There's also the fact that I can see through the walls and such. And there's also the fact I can see through, Ruff's head. Apparently, it's transparent. Outside of these weird glitches, that one of them might actually be an emulator glitch, it's all just more bad texturing and unpolished bullshit and everything. Nothing special like the other levels. So, yeah, nothing much different here. But now it's about time to talk about the multiplayer because, well, we might as well. It's something that hasn't been really put into the PS1 version. So, I'll talk about something that could have been a good feature. So, let's begin by pressing start as player 2. And now both characters are off and tumble. So, as you can see, nothing much changes, same cutscene, same bullshit. But then, this happens. Split screening. Really bad split screen too. But hey, both of the characters are there now, so this kind of makes it a lot more canon. But as you can see, the items are a bit different too. For instance, there doesn't seem to be any dream key counter there. The second thing is, there's only one health point and one life point. This is the big fucking thing about the multiplayer. Both you and your partner can die. I'm not kidding. Both you and your partner can die. And by that I mean, you share lives and you share health. Which means if one of you, loses all the lives, you both game over. Another thing you might notice is the portal. Notice how Ruff cannot get in. Shared portals. Both of you must be at the portal in order to actually transfer in. So as you can see, there's a lot of you need to have two-player kind of shit going on. It can't just be like one player doing all the thing, even though you can do that. You can literally just have one player do everything, and then you can just bring in the second player to do whatever. But still, the whole life sharing thing, this can be very annoying if you're actually doing what I'm doing by just having one player be both characters. Because there are certain checkpoints where if you have another character there and you just stand around, you can pretty much get hit by enemies, get killed. So basically, you can die pretty easily because of this. However, if you have like another person playing this game, and I don't know where I can even find someone who want to play 40 winks of me on this fucking thing, then you can easily be able to play this game with another friend as the girl. The only advantage I can see this being is you can open both gender doors. But the disadvantage is you have shared health, shared lives, you have to both be at the portal, and if your partner decides to just lose all his lives, you both game over and have to either load a save or start the whole thing all over again. So, yeah, pretty unfair for both players. And, I can tell why this wasn't implemented in the PS1 version. Because it was useless. There was no point to having it. None. The whole multiplayer thing was pointless. it was all like an experimental kind of thing because the multiplayer you don't even need. You're basically doing the same levels as you would being on first player, and it only makes it more challenging because you have shared health and lives, which means if your friend sucks at this game, you can lose the game because of your friend. So, really, it's not really that great a thing. I mean, yeah, it saves time by having, both genders. So you can open all the doors in this game and explore the entire game in one playthrough instead of two, like I have to do in the PS1 version. But is it really worth being able to go through both gender doors when you have to share your health and lives with someone who is probably going to fuck you over the entire game? Not really. So multiplayer was... I can tell why I didn't put multiplayer on the PS1 version. It was just going to be worthless in the end. And a waste of time. So they said, fuck it, removed it, and the PS1 game became a one-player only game. And that's really all the history I can give you now. There's nothing else I can say about this. I mean, I can show you the N64 version, like the difference between the two levels and bosses and all that shit on both versions, like at the end of the fucking video. The N64 version will be at the end this time. But that's it for the history lessons. All I'm going to show you now is the PS1 game. So let's go on and move on to the first boss, because we're finally going to be able to beat the first world, the Nightmare Realm. Right, so before we begin the boss battle, since we have all of these dream keys, it's time to actually place them to where they belong, in that clock, by standing right here. Huh. Only played one blue there. That's weird. And I'll get all the blues out of the way once I guess the reds and greens are gone. Oh, that dream key, the red one, looks kind of pink. But now that we have all of them in, all dream keys collected, now defeat Nightcap's sidekick, Fredbear. So, let's begin. It's time for the boss battle. Which, I went the wrong fucking way and passed it, because I'm a dumbass. But I might as well show you that, yes, they do indeed talk. I forgot to even talk about that bit. They have a few lines. I'll actually show you them by the time we get to the ending bit, because that's when I'll show you the N64 version of this boss. So what's this boss called? It's called Nightmare Boss. Well, let's begin. I wonder what the boss will be. We know it's Fredbear, but what else? Oh, it's a fucking spider. Uh-oh. Looks like Fredbear has found a spooky spider to help him. Prepare to be defeated. He has a weird mouth. Well, we're finding a fucking spider. And this web slows me down. Oh. And he falls asleep after a while. Well, I got screwed over. Oh great, spiders. And if I hit him again, it just mildly annoys him. This boss battle is pretty easy, except for one thing. These fucking spiders. The spiders are pretty much an annoyance, and can easily get rid of all your health after about 3 hits. So all I gotta say about that is, use the moons. Oh, and avoid the web too, because you really cannot get away from this asshole once you touch the web. Just rinse and repeat 5 times, and you'll win. It's really just the same shit over and over again. So yeah, start using those moons. I mean, you're already at the limit by the time you get here, so might as well. We'll be getting more moons in the other levels anyway, so And you can also backtrack to other levels to get more moons and such, so no problem there. So yeah, there's nothing that much interesting about this boss. I mean, we're in the forest. There's like 5 spiders every time. Web slows you down when you touch it. Boss has the same pattern. Tries to chase you, gets tired. You hit him once, takes the life out of him. And then he'll try to stomp you, which is 3 times. And then he sends out the minions. And the only strategy to this is run away. When he gets tired like that, just hit him. Run away from his stomps. And then kill his henchmen. Rinse and repeat 5 times, you win. And if you're getting low on Z's, if you're using your moons, the spiders give you some Z's, so, you know, if you don't get hit once, you can get 25 Z's in this whole boss. But yeah, once you give, you know, Fredbear's spider the final hit, this happens. You have beaten Fredbear and his horrible hairy spider. Well done.
Next time, I'll get you.
And now time for a cutscene.
Don't worry, faithful friend. You may have failed me this time, but we're going to patch you up and you'll be better than ever. Better, leaner, tougher.
Good.
You're a killing machine. What are you?
A grizzly bear killing machine. Roar!
Good. Now, what sort of patch do you want here? Polka dot or floral? Let me think.
How hilarious. Well, now that the comedy cutscene's over and done with, it's time to, well, leave this world. We're done here. We're done with the nightmares. It's time to move on to the second area. So, say goodbye to nightmares. Because now we're going to wake up. Like, literally wake up. Because we're on the bed. And we're now going to unlock the door that's just below us. But first, let me just check the other doors to see everything else. Castle boss. The underwater boss. We're going to the underwater world, which is right there. And I'm trying to jump in that plant picture. As you can see, we're going to jump to the toilet. And yep, best learn to swim. We didn't get much swimming throughout the other levels, so we're going to be a lot of swimming in this one. So there's our save chair. You know, same shit as before, we can save and all. We're not going to be doing that. And once again, need 4 keys, need to save the winks, need to defeat the boss. Pretty simple stuff. There's the hard level, the Splish Splash City. Only 2 winks. We can go down here if we want to get the hell out, or we can just jump in the water anytime we want. But there's also that flying enemy, which I'll talk about in a later level. So we're not going to be talking about it here. The design's pretty good, I will say that. There's the medium level, which is called Crazy Crab Caverns. Only 2 winks. There's only one level that has 3 winks, which is not where we're going right now, because where we're going is the boss area. As you can see, there's the Fredbear portal boss thing. Not activated because we didn't beat the other levels and we didn't get the keys, so, you know, we're just gonna have to wait and get all the keys first before we can actually do the boss. Again, you don't need to actually get all the winks. There is a glitch, and all you need is the keys. So, pretty easy, really. In case you're wondering, yeah, I'll share the glitch at some point in this LP. But here's the easiest level, where there's 3 winks, which we'll be doing next part. Because this one is called Krusty Rusty Wreck. So, time to show the N64 bit of the last boss, and we'll see you guys next time for this level. Believe it or not, there are some differences. The first difference is the keys. It actually does the blue first. It does not, I repeat, does not go one blue and then the other colors. It's actually fixed here. I have no idea why it acted one before, but it's not doing that here. And what I also found out is that every other door also does this. In the PS1 version, it's, you know, one blue and then the rest of the colors, then the blue. While in the N64 version, it's all blue, then green, then red. But yeah, no difference to what you get. You know, you have to go to the portal. Name of the boss is not different either, so nothing special there. So let's move on to the boss, which is surprisingly different. Yeah, it's different. Well, not by much. I mean, the pattern is definitely the same. And of course, you know, the textures and the unpolishments here, but notice something else. There is no spider webs.
Get 'em!
Now, I don't know if it's a glitch or not, like, with the emulator, but I'm pretty sure that an emulator would not just, you know, hide the fucking spider webs. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen, so... This is definitely something that was not placed into the game yet. So, what could... Oh, by the way, if you jump on Fredbear, he does that little animation. Does that in the PS1 version too, I didn't show it though. Basically, the only way you can figure out where the hell the spiderwebs are is in the darker shade of green, as you can see. That's it. Outside of that, there's no way you can figure out where the web is, so it does make this harder if you're not paying attention. And the sad bit is, that is the only thing different with this. Sure, it's a bit more challenging because of the fact there's no web, but it's the same pattern, it's the same shit. Okay, I guess there is one little difference. I don't think that when Fredbear actually stomps on you, you lose 5 to 10 fucking Z's. Because if I remember from the last boss in the PS1 version, I only lost 4 Z's. Like I had like 4 Z's outside. Again, it's on hard difficulty, so... And this version, I haven't tampered with it. It's on medium, so... I don't know why I'm losing 5 here and not in the PS1 version. I guess they went a bit too easy on you because, you know, they didn't have the web. So once they added in the web graphic, they decided, we'll make them lose 2 more Z's. Outside of that, there's nothing much different with this boss. And I also died. I had a small amount of Z's and the spiders were fucking with me and I was running out of moon. So, I died. No surprise there. I might as well show you what happens when you do die to the boss. I mean, that doesn't change in either the PS1 version or anything. So, here's what happens when you die. Nothing. You just restart the whole thing, you know, deal with the boss. 5 again. No little animation or anything. Just this. So let's just skip this shit. Because let's see what happens when you do indeed beat the boss. This happens. It's the same message.
I'll get you next time.
Same audio. No cutscene. Yeah. No cutscene. Apparently, they didn't implement the cutscenes yet for when you beat the bosses. Oh well. I'm pretty much positive none of you want to actually see those cutscenes with the, the models and all, and not FMV. But let's check out the second world, the underwater world. Let's see. The first thing you might notice is there's no difference. Literally no difference. I mean, it's literally the same fucking thing. Like, same amount of winks. Level names still the same. Pretty sure the bubbles were there too. Not really anything special. No, N64 graphics and all. It's lower design, I guess. There is the weird no lighting going on inside that one level. And there is those black spots there, but again, it's just unpolished. There's really no difference in level design. There's nothing special going on. Hell, even when I show you the boat, there's nothing different. So, nothing that great or special or anything, just unpolished shit. But hey, at least the boss was different. That's something.